hello.
Good morning.
And welcome back to the Room 734 podcast.
You're looking live.
You are looking live.
Looking live. All right, we got a special guest today. We got the one, the only legend himself, head football coach at Central High School, Coach Brown.
Coach Brown.
There we go. That's the one. Sorry. In typical Room 734 fashion.
You ready?
Nice.
Welcome, Coach. Thanks for coming.
Coach.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I'm honored to be here, man, at the illustrious 734 podcast. You know, I've heard a lot of good things, watched a couple episodes, and it's fun, man. So y'all, it's been fun watching y'all set up and do the thing. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming, dude.
All right, so you took the job. What year did you take the job at Central?
So that was January of 23. No. Yes, 23. That's right. Yep, because I was at Paulding County in 22, 1 year there. So I came in January. I was kind of going back and forth between both schools.
Yeah.
The month of January, then got settled in. So yeah, man, it's been 3 fast years going into my 4th one. You know, but
It's flown by, hasn't it?
it has.
Yeah.
It has. It flies
I
when
bet.
you have fun, man. So.
So as a coach at Central, you're undefeated region champ, right?
Yeah. We've won it all 3 years.
Yeah.
It's been we've had a lot of good kids, a lot of good coaches. You know, my man Posty. You know what I mean? He's a part of that deal. And
Yes, sir.
It's been it's been cool. I mean, it really has. It's been cool, and we've had some really good kids, good support. You know, this place is a lot different than it was when I was walking the hallways and when we were walking the hallways, and for the right reasons, you know. And our kids, man, they, you know, that first group kind of set the tone. You know, we came in and I challenged them. You know, I mean, off the bat challenged them, and it was some tug and pull, man. We had to kind of get some things right, and but I'll tell you, man, like Todd and Aiden and, you know, those guys, man, KB and those guys, like they ate it up, man, and took the baton, and they kind of bought into everything we was trying to do, and yeah, we've had a nice little run here.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Like Coach Prestel, man, it's awesome to have you on the show.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Very
you coming.
much so.
So we start with a segment every week.
A fan favorite.
It's called
probably.
the Post Office.
Say
I've never
And I'm
heard
sure that-
anybody say this is their favorite.
It's
I
mine.
have.
Okay.
He's manifesting it, man. It's everybody's favorite. We're gonna roll.
It's a
with that.
fan favorite. Yeah.
So we did it a little differently this time. Posto actually, he normally gets to see the script before, so he's going into this completely
Blind.
blind
Okay.
this time.
Dude.
No.
My God, it's a lot of words.
Take us away.
Take you away.
And tell us where we're going to.
Yeah.
A familiar place.
So I have this deep voice, Coach. And what I do is, you know, we...
Like a white, Barry White.
Yeah.
Okay.
The old announcer
Okay.
voice.
Yeah, I like it.
That's funny.
So,
I always tell him he sounds like somebody who could be narrating like Nat Geo or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. so here we go.
Here we go.
We're going to...
Where are we going?
All right, where are we going? We're going beneath the stadium. I'm assuming this is
Well,
Central
it's
High
not
School.
really beneath the
This-
stadium at Central High School, but
Oh, what was it? Okay.
that's
You know what?
it's poetic.
I'll tell you
It's a
where we're
poet.
going.
It's
I'll tell you where we're
metaphorical.
Where are we going?
We're going to the equipment room. That's
Nice.
where we're going.
All right, here we go. So you're looking live here on Nat Geo on YouTube, Room 734. We're going to the stadium, football stadium, and the equipment room. Beneath the stadium, beyond the screams of the crowd and the echo of whistles, lies a room that time itself fears to enter. True. The door groans open, and the air does not simply hit you, it assaults you. It is, I do not know how to say that word. What is that word?
I don't even know.
How would you even say that?
I actually don't know.
M-I-A-S-M-A.
Miasma?
Miasma? Okay, don't know how to say it.
Never heard that word.
Miasma of sweat, mold, and an iron so thick it could be sculpted. Every breath is a negotiation with existence. You inhale August practices, fermented cleats, and the distilled despair of 1,000 unwashed jerseys. Shoulder pads sag like the spines of fallen titans. Straps twisted into what is that? Grotesque knots. What? That whisper your sneakers back at you. Helmets leer from warped shelves. Their chin straps harden into steel talons. The floor is mosaic of sticky. Is that how you say it?
Mosaic.
Sorry. Of sticky. I don't know how to say that word.
Some
Tape
SAT
fossils.
words on this thing. Right?
Oh my gosh.
It's above his Lexile reading level.
Clearly.
Which is kind of the goal of the
That is the goal of the podcast. Oh my gosh. And mysterious dark puddles that seem sentient. No. I don't know. Sentient, got it right. A ceiling tile weeps steadily. Each drip a tiny percussion of doom. And the laundry bin. Oh, the laundry bin. It is no mere container. It is a monument. A writhing, steaming mountain of damp jerseys that exhales as if alive. Good God. It mutters. Somewhere inside, a mouth guard from 2017 plops quietly. A cleat sprouts a new kind of mold. Intelligent mold. Fluorescent lights flicker in Morse code panic. Shadows... How do you say that one? Convulse. I knew that. Okay, the mouser was on there. I thought it was an I. I knew that word. Convulse. The wall sweat. Somewhere, a forgotten towel slaps the air like a vengeful spirit. You step in, and it remembers you. The room catalogs your fear. This is not a room. It is a living, breathing horror. A cathedral of chaos. A salted, sweat-drenched biome of collision, decay, and unholy athletic ambition. Enter if you dare, but you know this. Once it touches you, the memory will never leave.
Wow. Oh, man, I feel like some smoke is... I
know.
You know, that's...
I know who does dare enter that place, though. Freaking Wesley Postell.
That's true. That's true. And that is room 734, post office.
I looked up that word.
Miasma.
It's like miasma.
Miasma.
And it means a highly unpleasant or unhealthy smell or vapor.
Did you just pronounce the TH in asthma?
I was saying it's
Miasma.
Miasma. Yeah.
All right. What a trip.
Yeah, what a trip.
Appreciate it, dog.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness gracious.
Yeah, that was impressive.
That was
It was something.
Y'all threw some big words at my guy, man.
He's trying to find a compliment.
I can't lie. We do not write those.
You read
we don't
You
write
read
those.
it pretty good.
That was part of the best one I've done. There was one that was like, I forgot what.
You've had better performances.
Yeah, but like I've had worse though.
Yeah.
I feel like the harder the words get, the less in character you become.
But
Yeah.
is that the first one you've done, like just off the top?
Yes.
Like,
That's the first one.
Yeah, it is.
okay, so
Yeah.
you got to give him a little leeway.
I know,
there on that
you're
one.
right. You're right.
I mean, come on, dude. I mean, miasma. Like I'm gonna know what that is.
I
Say
wouldn't
that.
have known that either.
Right.
Don't know what that is.
But Trey's right. It's like the more you don't know the words,
The more out of
less
character,
out
yes.
of in character you are.
So maybe in the future he's got to like read up on it a little bit.
I mean,
Yeah.
my IXL is not that large. Okay.
You're what?
Your IXL.
Not IXL. Lexile. Sorry.
The Cathedral of Chaos was nice. That was a that was a nice touch.
I
right
like
there.
that. I like that metaphor there.
Is that how you feel whenever you go into the equipment room?
No.
Really?
I'm sure y'all's is pretty organized.
Yeah. It doesn't smell bad either.
No, it don't smell bad. It's just small.
Yeah, that's the only
And
issue.
so
It's
when
small.
we get the pavilion that they're building,
Oh
we're
yeah.
gonna get that small pavilion over there in the corner. We're enclosing that, and that's gonna be our equipment room. So like, we're on the come up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yes, sir.
yeah, Coach does a good job. You know that's a that's a job that don't nobody want.
Yeah.
No.
Equipment manager, that's
Dude.
tough. That is tough, man. But coach does it with a smile, and he probably ain't always jammed up about it. But
Dude.
he takes one for the team and does a
He
good
does.
job. And we definitely appreciate him.
He does.
So,
And we tell him all the time, it's like, I mean, obviously he knows because he's doing it, but like if you don't know, like that's a lot of hours, man.
it is
I mean, it takes a long time
yeah.
to do a lot of that stuff.
Because if you leave it alone too long, you create more work for yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
And that's why it's one of the toughest jobs in football, So, but yeah, and then he's following up a legend.
Yes, I am. That's
Jimbo
hard.
Black.
Yes.
Coach
Shout out
Black
to
was
Jimbo Black.
he was a maniac with the
Really?
room. I mean, he was like a drill sergeant, and so Postel's a little bit more nurturing.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure. That's a great word.
That's a good way to put
Yeah.
it. That's a good
Yeah.
way.
You know what?
So-
That really does describe him very well.
That does.
Yep.
All right.
You know,
so
they make fun of Coach about my film time, by the way. How much I watch film.
No, we
I
don't.
don't think they understand.
We
Coach.
don't. No,
Yeah,
we
no,
don't
hold
make
up.
fun of you. We just comment.
backtrack on that.
We
Yeah.
comment on it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
We're not
O-line
ma-
coaches, man, they gotta
We ain't
dial
making
it in.
fun. Listen,
We gotta watch that film, man.
you got to.
We got to.
That's why I was like, "Where's Postel?" He's probably watching film.
Right.
during football season, 9 times out of 10, if he's somewhere where we don't know where he is, he's watching film.
Yeah.
Right.
In that classroom right there.
He's getting locked in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
much
yeah.
so.
Y'all don't ever see me during football season. Rarely.
Not as
Not
much.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as much. All right, Coach. We got some questions for you,
Okay.
and these are like the post office. These are you have not seen these, so
Right.
all of his answers are off the dome.
Yep.
All right. Number one, this is just a getting an understanding of what it is that you do with the football team. Is what is your coaching philosophy?
Okay. Yeah, that's like an interview question right there. My philosophy's kind of morphed and changed over the years. I think any good coach would tell you that you're not gonna have a cookie cutter process with your team and with your guys and the guys you coach. So like, what I like to say is like my philosophy is all about the players. It like who I need to be this year may look different than what last year's team needed from me. What and really you've heard it ain't about what you know, but what the players know. Well, now I've morphed to more of it's really about what do the players know and what can they execute and do well, and that's what our job is. And then I'm big on creating a certain environment with our guys, and when our guys come to the facility and come to work, like what environment are we setting and creating? Like I tell these guys, like it's more about. It's less about like what we run and what we call and what schemes we use. I mean, yeah, that stuff's important, but it's more about, what environment are you creating, and then the word that everybody throws around in coaching, and they talk about culture, and like we define it as how we act, how we interact, and how we react. Like that's culture. That's it. Like, and so we try to bang that drum, and we try to. I'm big on accountability. I'm big on being where your feet are, leading by example. Don't ask your guys to do anything that you're not willing to do. Don't live a life that hey, do as I say, not as I do. Like we don't. We try to be the opposite of that.
Yeah.
And it's a battle. You know what I mean? When you got 14 to 15 coaches that you gotta manage and coach up, it gets that's a big part of my job.
Yep.
But as far as the team and players and our program, it's all about the players, man. That's kind of how I would sum it up. To keep it simple. So
Yeah.
Thank you.
So question 2 is, how did you get into coaching and why?
So I got into coaching when I realized I was not going to be a professional football player, and I wasn't good enough to keep playing for a living. It's like I want to stay close to the game and coach, and I didn't really know how I wanted to go about doing that. I was in college. I went to Valdosta State when I graduated, and I had every dream and aspirations of continuing to play football and do that whole thing. I didn't know what I wanted to do for a living. I really didn't. My mind was on football. And then my wife, who was we were dating at the time, she was an education major, and we got to talking, and I kind of started looking at some of the positives of education, and then I was like, man, I really want to coach. It just hit me like out of nowhere, and I kind of had that bug, and so I started getting involved with some local teams, and then I actually coached one. This is a fun fact. I coached 1 year at the Central Rec at Carroll County, and guess who was on that team? Cam Brewer.
Really?
Cam Brewer was on that team.
Old Brewer.
Yeah, he was terrible. I'm just playing.
Hey, shout out Cam Brewer, man.
I'm just messing, man. Cam, that's my dog. He wasn't terrible, but he was on that team, and I helped my cousin was actually the head coach, but then I was at West Georgia. I had transferred back, and that was the first little taste, and then from that point, when I graduated, I kind of jumped right into it. Like I dove right into it, and got my first opportunity at Hiram High School, because that's where we lived at the time, and it just kind of I dove into it, and one thing led to another. I kind of felt like, okay, I was seeing, the relationships and the players I was coaching, the guys I was working with. I was like, man, this is you know how you get to a point where you realize, okay, I'm kind of good at this. We've all been there, like in whatever we're talking about. Like okay, this is kind of my wheelhouse. I think I got a knack for this. I realized that early, and had some people pouring to me. And Chris Brown was actually one of the guys that poured into me. I just hired him as our new DC, which is gonna be fun. But yeah, I mean that's kind of a fast track on how I got started. And God, man, he took care of me, And I was fortunate to coach some really good players and be around a lot of good guys and learn and grow. And that led me back home. I had no real. This is gonna sound bad. I had no real aspirations to come back home. I was like, man, once I leave, like I'm out of here. But this situation, Kelly, he called me that 1 year we were at Paul, and he called when I saw Coach Smiley resign. I was like, that's interesting, but I'm not. I always said this: I'm not gonna come back home unless home calls me. Yeah. Because that's when God will tell me, okay, man, it's time. You need to go home and make it a better place than it was, and impact the community that impacted you. Yeah. And when that happened, it was like, okay, I asked God to make it clear for me, and sure enough, So, but yeah, man, it's been a fun ride, man. Fun ride.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is not on the document, but what is your playing background? Like, what was your thing in high school?
So I played receiver and corner. I played corner and receiver. That was my thing. And if you asked me back then, I would say I was an offensive guy. Because that's what I love to play the most. I played with Kyle Padgett and that crew. We graduated together. Yeah. So we came in with Randy Padgett. Coach Padgett came in my freshman year, and so I had him for all 4 years, and then I think he coached one more year after that. But I played receiver. I like to say that I was pretty good. You know what I mean? I've learned that that's not necessarily your call. You know what I mean? You got to let other people say that, So, like, I felt like I was, and we were really good my junior year, really bad my senior year, So, but played that, and then I had a couple of small school opportunities coming out of high school. Shorter College at the time, who I think they were NAIA at the time. LaGrange College, which was starting their football program at the time, they were D3, and then Faulkner University in Alabama, which is a Christian college. I went on a visit there and kind of realized what the daily schedule looked like, and that I was like, I regret that decision, because they were the school that really wanted me to come play. And my pride got in the way. And I tell our guys this testimony all the time about how that happens, how your pride gets in the way. I had some buddies of mine. I don't know if y'all remember. This is a shout out. Devin Swafford. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but he was a grade ahead of me, and he played receiver, and we were kind of like running mates. And he went to West Georgia, and we kind of kept in touch. And he was like, man, you better than these guys, all the guys that's here. Like, you can play here. So he pumped my head up. And then I'm feeling like, okay, well, I'm going to go walk on at the D2 level. Like, I was dead set on doing that. And again, I regret that. But Went to Valdosta State, lived that walk-on life for about a year, and it was rough. you know, it was rough, and then and then financially, man, I was struggling, because I'm paying for school, and so I'm fighting that football battle. So I had to really have a self-evaluation of, okay, how long do I want to keep chasing this football thing as a player, and decided that, I needed to kind of get my ducks in a row and set the rest of my life up, and so I started, that's when I dove into coaching. And so, but yeah, man, receiver, DB.
Cool. Cool. Yeah.
All right, the next question is, as a Central alumni and current head football coach, what does the Central community mean to you?
Man, this community's poured into me and believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself. I think when you look at our community, we're unique in the fact that we're kind of our own community within a community. You know what I mean? Like, we share a town with a school across the bridge, and for us, it's like we have to kind of run our race, and our community, it really coming back and seeing it from this side of things has been fun, because you really see the support. Two things I would say that stand out with our community is family. Everybody I talk to that bring their kids here, everybody I talk to that's here, like, one of the things that makes us unique is, and everybody would probably say that, but it's different when you feel. It's a different feel when you're in it. Everybody's gonna say, "Oh yeah, family," and Central is a real family. You know what I mean? And like, there's a lineage that goes back of, so my dad was on the '87 championship team, and I've had uncles come through here, my brother's here, I graduated here, and like both of my parents went here, and y'all's families were here. So it's like, family is the first thing that stands out with our community, and for me, that means a lot, because everywhere you go, there's not community. And it's no knock to any other school system, but like as you get closer and closer to Atlanta, that metro area, you lose some of that community. You got really good players, a lot of talent, some really good teams up that way, no doubt, but the community piece is something that you can only get in those small towns and places like a Carrollton, or a small town. You only get that at those places. And so for me, that stands out. And then the other thing I would say would be support, man. It's like, the support here is phenomenal. I mean, it's phenomenal. And so for me, we want to keep that going. And like, my biggest thing, man, is to leave this place better than it was when we found it. That's it. If you can do that with everything you touch and everywhere you go, I think you'll be okay. You know what I mean? So like,
absolutely.
It's been awesome, seeing my kids come through, and my wife teaches at the elementary school, and so we're all in, and it's been cool. And I'm telling you, I'm serious. Like, I never would have thought, especially when I was in high school, that I'd be the head coach of this place. You know what I mean? Like, I was not, because if I did, I would have paid more attention to certain things.
Right.
But when you're a kid, you ain't think about that. So it's like,
it's God, man.
It is, and so it's been. The community, man, is our community is special, and it means the world to me. And I definitely, like, I look at this as it's a mission.
Yes, it is.
You know what I mean? Like, you want to impact your community in a positive way. Same thing that y'all are doing. Like, we work with kids, and then we get out and put boots to the ground and try to impact people. I always say this: when you die, okay, and I don't want to get dark here, but like when you die. Like, the thing that's gonna stand out the most is the people that you impacted, not the achievements and the accolades. Yeah, don't get me wrong, we like all that.
Yeah,
and we want to keep winning.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. Now, I probably think about those 5 losses more than those 30+ wins. Right. You know what I mean? Since we've been here, but it's like, so yes, that's still important. But like, impact, man. People don't forget how you make them feel. They don't forget that. I may forget your name. I may forget what you had on. I may forget what you do for a living. But I'm not going to forget how you made me feel. And so we try to tell that to players and coaches, like, man, we lose sight of that sometimes. Yeah. And so, like, with our community tying it back in, I think that's what we're here for, to change and help even if it's just a little bit, just positively impact the community. I think it's important.
There you go.
That's awesome. And that reminds me of a quote that Coach Jeremy Fountain,
Yes.
shared me one time. He said, "You might forget the words that someone said, but you will never forget the way that they made you feel."
Yes.
And that's so true. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
I can think about times in my life whenever I might not remember something that a coach said, but I can always remember how they made me feel.
Right.
You know, and so that's what makes the impact.
Oh, that's it, man. That's it.
So our next question is kind of, this is something that I've just thought about, because you really don't, unless you're extremely close with a high school football coach. You
I
probably
was
don't
reading this
talk
too.
about
I
it
was
much.
curious about this from a head coaching standpoint.
So as a head coach of a high school football team, when you have college coaches coming and visiting and like kind of recruiting some of your players, what is the recruiting process like from your side of things?
It goes through different phases. It can be hectic. It can be very busy. It can be overwhelming. The recruiting calendar, you have certain times of the year, and there are certain phases in recruiting. A lot of people don't know this, but like college coaches can only really be on campus certain times of the year, and then they can only talk to players certain times of the year. Head coaches get a certain amount of campus visits that they can spend. That's why when you see like the helicopter land,
Right.
that means, okay, this is
It's a big deal.
whoever's at this school, we really want him.
Yeah.
Because they only have a certain amount of, times they can hop on campus. But different programs and different schools handle recruiting differently. Some are really sharp and do a great job and are very organized, and their recruiting department does a good job of getting all of our information and staying in contact and doing all that stuff. And then you got some schools that they're not really good at that stuff, and they'll pop up on you, and you're like, well, I got XYZ going on, man. This is not a good time, but hey, come on. Well, because my philosophy is always, we're going to make room. Like, we ain't never going to turn a college coach away from coming to see our guys and visit. I don't care how busy I am.
Right.
I could be at this podcast right now, and somebody's coming to, hey, coach, I'm in town. I'm going to swing by. I'm going to call somebody at the school and say, man, Coach such and such is there. Will you meet him, please, and entertain him?
Right.
That's not the way to do it. That's kind of raggedy, if I'm being honest. But we'll take, the analogy I use is we'll take coins. Some people don't take coin. We'll take cash, coins, check. We'll take whatever. Because I just think it's important for our guys to get exposure and be in front of as many guys as possible. But there's times where it's not as busy. So like right now is a dead period where they can't like coaches can't. It's weird, man. Like they'll call me and say, hey, coach, I can't. The rules, man. I can't call him, but can you have such and such call me? Because if they call him, then it's like fair game.
Yeah.
And it's silly, but it's like, okay. So then I'll hop on the phone. Hey, Sam, can you call such and such back? He or especially if it's a coach that calls, we talk, and he tells me, man, I think we really want to offer this kid. Can you have him? So I say, hey, man, Jace, you better call this joker. He's about to offer you. Yeah. So like,
Right.
But then you got some college coaches come through, and they, a lot of high school coaches will tell you, some of these college coaches think, some of them are arrogant.
Sure.
And they think they can take a kid that can't play and turn him into something because he has the measurables. And that's very frustrating, because it's like, I know what this kid can. You want to recruit this kid? Oh, okay. I'm never going to talk bad about one of our guys. I'm just going to highlight the good stuff. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say, yeah, coach, this joker, I don't know now. And the recruiting game is about movement and measurables, unfortunately. That's all it's about. Like, if you move a certain way on tape, and then if you have measurables, then they're going to recruit you. You may not be able to play dead in the Western. So like an example I'll use is J.R. Harris. J.R. Harris is an example of a kid that does not have the measurables, but he can play the game of football. And so it's like, he finally picked up something 2 weeks ago, I think, that is actually, they love him. And that's really, all these guys like posting these offers and stuff like that. It only takes one, and you can only sign the one coming out of high. So it just takes one school to fall in love with you and like what you got going on. And we try to push that, with our guys. And then the other thing with the recruiting stuff that we try to push is like, you got to be realistic. And that's the hard part. That's the part that's tough for guys because, they got a 6-inch frying pan, but they're hunting whales. They're fishing for whales.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, man, you ain't
gonna work.
It ain't gonna work, man. You're 5'8", 260 pounds, and you're 70% body fat. You're not going to Georgia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
But there's nothing wrong with being 5'8", though.
Right. Ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt. And that's the thing too. Like, there's nothing wrong with being just a good, quality high school football player.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't going to Georgia. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I play with a ton of them, man.
So yeah, that in a nutshell is kind of the recruiting, man. It can be hectic, stressful, and busy, and then it can be cold, quiet, and kind of dead. It goes through it goes through ebbs and flows throughout the calendar year. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I've always wondered that. Just be curious, yeah.
Yep.
So here's one I was also curious about. If someone shadowed you for a full week, what would surprise them most about your job?
Oh man. Well, I'll answer that in two phases. One, it depends on what time of year we're in. Like if we're in season, that's gonna look a lot different. Out of season, at this point, I think what they'd see is like in this role, you have to be able to multitask and you have to be a taskmaster. Like, so I'll create a list of things I need to get done today, or who I need to go see today, who I need to go visit, who I need to go talk to, what do I need to take care of on the calendar to keep us on par where we are in our phases. So I think what they would see is like how many people want a piece of your time. That's like my first year as a head coach, I had to really figure that out because I'm like, man, I don't know, like people want to swing by, knock on your door, they want to bring something by, they want to talk to you, they got a question, they got this. And what I've realized is, especially as it pertains to players and people directly connected to our school, a lot of times people, like, I may have a million things going on and then somebody wants fill in the blank and they come. And for me, that's one of 20 conversations that day. For them, that one conversation is the conversation they've been thinking about for a week.
Yep.
So I've had to learn to be a little bit more present, in certain situations because it's like this kid, it took a lot of nerve for this kid to knock on that door and come in here and sit down right here. So like
For sure.
I think they would see like, man, how do you manage everybody wanting a piece of your time? Hey, coach, I'm not busy, man. I can't. Hey, and it's like, okay, like it's funny. Like I try to work out in the mornings at the school, but even then, like I get there, I try to get there at 7 on days. Like right now, we're doing mat drills on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but like I try to get there and lift before our guys come in and lift at 8:30. But even then, it's like players, coaches, they're gonna come in there and, hey, coach, hey, they're gonna ask a question, or hey, where's the? And I'm like, man, I'm just trying to get a 45-minute workout in. Can I just have 45 minutes of me time? But at the same time, I got to remind myself, it's what you signed up for, dude.
Yeah.
It's what you signed up for, dude. So it's like, it's just part of the process. But I think that's what people would see the most. And I'll keep that. I'll keep that one there. I'll keep that question there. And really, I'll say this too, like managing people. Like a big part of my job is, and I say manage. I don't like to think I'm a micromanager, but a big part of my job is to coach the coaches, and then how do you manage personalities and people and get the best out of everybody involved and get everybody aiming at the same target.
Right.
Like that's a task, and it's vague, but it's a task. So that's what I think people would probably realize.
I mean, that's one thing that I've always admired about, just people who are in charge of other people.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, I know that I'm not the type of person, as of right now today, I don't ever want to be a principal. Like, I just know it's just not for, like, that's not what I would be good at, probably.
Right. I think you surprise yourself though, because I compare being a head coach to being a father. Mm-hmm. You can read as many fatherhood books as you want. Any of y'all, so y'all see, yeah. So it's like You can read as many books as you want. You can watch videos. Y'all can go to, you and your spouse can go, and until that baby is here and you are in charge of that person's life, it's scary. So you may say, I don't want to be a principal.
Right.
But then you get put into that situation and you realize, okay, I can do this.
Right.
I can do this. You know, it's scary on the front end, but I can do it. It's just like anything else. You get better with reps. It's the same thing we tell the kids. You know,
Sure.
I'm much better of a head coach now than I was even my first year here. Yeah. You know, you constantly learn and grow and look for edges and little things you can take and add to your repertoire and your Rolodex of whatever. But I think you'll learn you can do it. You know what I mean? Don't back yourself into that corner and say you can't. You know, you'll understand that answer more when you have kids.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's frightening.
No, I get that.
It's frightening. Like I got a life now that I'm in charge of. Whoa, you know. But it's like until you just do it and dive in it and get in it, you're not gonna know.
And that's kind of why I say, like, 10 years is a long time. I mean, in 10 years, I'm going to have, I don't know, 5 more.
Right.
So, well, more than that, but teaching-wise. But it's like, I don't know, it's just, like, I know, like, all the things that go into being a principal, for example.
Sure.
And, like, same thing with being a head coach is, like, just scheduling and just, not saying managing in a bad way, but just managing how, running something.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that Miss Jones takes care of that y'all have no clue about.
And that's what scares me.
That she keeps off of y'all's
Oh, for sure.
table. Now, there's some things that she may throw on y'all's table and say, hey, I need, but like, and I do the same thing for them.
Right.
Like, I may give them an assignment, outside of their initial assignment, like an equipment room,
Right.
Or whatever. But it's like, my deal, like, I don't want these guys having to deal with parents. I don't want them having to deal with college coaches. I don't want them having to deal with issues. I'm going to take that bull by the horn, and I'm going to do that. So that's the true cost of leadership. When you're in those leadership roles, you gotta filter all the bad stuff out and deal with all the stuff, and let these guys coach and do their thing. And just like I said, my example, Miss Jones is going to do things, let y'all teach and do the podcast, and like,
shout out Miss Jones.
Yeah,
Shout out Miss
what I
Jones.
mean. That's it, man. So like that's the cost of leadership.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Next one we got for you is what standard do you hold your players to that has nothing to do with football?
So for us, man, we want to be upstanding men. We want to try to teach them, give them at least 1 to 2 nuggets where when they leave our program, they can take those and apply it to their everyday life. And so we want to be men of character. Like our core values are toughness, discipline, and family. And then we define those 3. Unbreakable mentality. We want to do what's required and don't make excuses. You know what I mean? We're all masters of making excuses because they're cheap. Right. And then family, we over me brotherhood. We want guys to buy into something that's bigger than just them. And football provides you a lot of opportunities to do that because it forces you to do that.
Absolutely.
And so it's like we use the game of football to teach and preach those things. And so we feel like if they leave our program and they don't get anything other than how to play a 5 technique, how to skip pull, how to throw a field comeback. Like if those are the only things that they've learned in our program, we miss the target badly. Right. And so like we try to teach them how to be good young men through those core values and through the game of football. How to treat people, going back to that theme. That's a big theme in everything that we do, man. It's just, how you make people feel, being where your feet are, not thinking about what you got going on tomorrow, not thinking about, and that's hard to do because we're all busy and we all got a million things going on. That's tough, but like, we try to teach our guys, man, if that's where that whole, the brick by brick thing, like we came in, obviously, I didn't create that. I mean, that's been a moniker that's been used since the beginning of time. I think it's the way you define it and the way you're walking testimony. I think that's how you live it. And so, like, what that means for us is being process driven, like being like, okay, I'm not worried. Like I told the guys this morning in mat drills, stop worrying about like, okay, if I get this, I'm gonna do this, or hey, if I'll do this as long as, okay, I know that I'm gonna get. Nah, you may not. You can work your tail off and still. That's the harsh reality of life, you know. So it's like, don't worry about that. Let that fall where it falls. Control what you control. Be where your feet are. Impact people. Work your tail off. Be consistent. Be the same person in every room you walk in. You know, and if you do that, and somewhere along the way, you keep God in that mix and let Him have a little bit of access to some of that, you're gonna be all right. You know, so that's kind of what we try to teach and preach, man.
Yes,
y'all
sir.
notice, man, like I can get long-winded with some of these questions,
Hey, that's
man.
all
right.
You know what I mean?
You're fine.
I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
you know.
You're good, Coach.
But yeah, that's the long answer to your question.
Look, this show is all about getting long-winded, man. We
And
go for
look, I'll say something. For the people that say that these podcasts are too long, when it's just us three, you can say that. When we have a guest, though,
You're not allowed to say
if
that.
it's 3 hours, just
gotta
skip
get it.
through some parts if you want to. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
You know?
it's a different market,
no,
man. You
I
got
mean-
some people that like short, what do they call it?
short form media or whatever.
That's it.
Yeah.
Short form
Yeah.
media, and then you got some people like me.
Yeah.
I'll put one on and let it go for a couple of days as I'm in the truck.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's what I do.
Yeah.
That's
And
exactly
so
what I
it
do.
may take me a week to finish a podcast,
that's
but I'm
fine.
gonna listen to it.
And
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Like
Yep.
how
Yes,
much?
sir.
How good can an episode of a podcast be if it's only 25 minutes long?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
don't. So
Yeah.
do not worry about being
No,
long-winded.
hey.
I ain't got nowhere to be.
I don't
So,
either. I don't either.
he probably does, but
Well, I
don't.
mean, hey, we can always cancel on trivia, dude. I'm not worried about that. Okay, so kind of revisiting the theme of impacting people and like what it is that you do for others that people remember you by.
Sure.
And our next question is, what do you hope former players say about you 20 years from now?
What a great question that is. I would say that if I could say that, I would say I'd hope our guys would say, Coach held us accountable. Coach held us to a standard. You know, Coach wasn't overly emotional. Coach was consistent, and he loved and cared about us. Outside of just, can I tackle? You know, how
Right.
fast am I?
Yeah.
And that's hard because I care about those things too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like, that's not it. You know. So that's what I would say. I would say, that I was consistent, that I was firm but fair, that I held them to a standard, and that I walked what I preached. You know, like it's hard to get up in front of guys, and y'all have all had that coach that they get up there and they give you, you know, they tell you this or that, and then you know, like, all right, Coach, I hear you, but can you do that? Or did you do that? Or, hey, man, you know, I've heard some things about you on the weekend. Like, I don't know if you living
Right.
what you're preaching, you know, and maybe y'all haven't, but like, I've certainly, look, even if it's just simple as like, you know that the coach is not taking care of himself outside of the school or the building. It's like, you know, like I tell these guys, like, you got to be in coaching shape. You know, that don't mean you chiseled up. That just means you can bounce around, move around. You live an active lifestyle, and you know, you live in what you preach. And so I would hope our players would say that 20 years from now, like Coach Brown lived what he preached, man, and he was consistent. He held us to a standard, and you know, he loved us and cared for us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So this question is, what does toughness mean to you?
So, man, I look at toughness in two different ways, but that really tie into one. You got mental and physical toughness. You know, the physical toughness is, you know, can I get myself to do something that I know my body is telling me, man, I probably shouldn't be doing this or don't need to be doing this, but I'm gonna keep going. You know, we don't always encounter that. You know, as we become adults, what we encounter is the mental, and that's the other one. And so I look at most of our toughness is displayed and developed through the mental toughness. And so the way I define that is I think Coach Saban may have said this, and I've always stole this from him because I thought it was the best definition that I've heard. Here's something over here that you know you don't want to do, but you need to do it. Can you force yourself, and you don't want to do it, can you force yourself to do it? And then here's something over here that you really want to do, but you know you don't need to do that. Can you keep yourself from doing it? You know, like can you be consistent, you know, regardless of the circumstance? You know what I mean? Like I had a long night. We had a baseball game, and I got in at 10 o'clock, and I got to wake up for mat drills. You know, that's tough, right? Or, hey, man, you know what, man, I really just want to take a day off, man, and I just want to chill out. And we all need those type of things for our sanity, but, like, can you go through something hard and keep persevering through it? You know, that and keep going. You know, that's how I would define it. You know, I think you gotta put your emotions and feelings and ego to the side and do what's required. That's how we define in our program.
Right.
You know, unbreakable mentality. You know, you have to the mental edge. I think I'm telling you right now, and I told our players this last year. Matter of fact, it was a year ago. It was during this time. There is nothing innately unique about me. Nothing. I think the difference is mentally, I was willing to just keep going, while others may have had other things and other habits and other interests and other aspects of life that's pulled them in this direction, and I kind of stayed steadfast on what I wanted to do. But it's like that's not nothing unique. I do think it's a talent.
Right.
I think mental toughness is a talent. I really do. But yeah, man. I mean, that's how I would define it. You know, can you persevere and keep going even when stuff gets hard? Because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's inevitable. And so, okay, what is your self-talk like? What are your habits? Can you force yourself to keep doing those things regardless of the circumstance or opposition or whatever that's in front of you?
Yeah.
Can you blast through that regardless? Don't mean you got to be perfect, but can you keep going? You know, that's kind of how I would define that.
Yeah. All right. The next one we got is, what's your definition of success if the scoreboard didn't exist?
Yeah, I think success is relative. I think it's relative to where you're at. You know, I know a lot of, so if I'm keeping it in the coaching / football realm, like I know a lot of coaches that may have went 6-4 and did a way better coaching job than the team that went 10-0.
Right.
Because the team that went 10-0 had 20 Division I starters. You know what I mean? And the guy that went 6-4, I mean, they couldn't walk and chew gum before he got there. And he got them to win 6 games. So success is relative. But like, even if, to answer your question, with no scoreboard, I think if you ultimately push people to be a better version of themselves, and they gain that, after coming in contact with you, I think that's success. I think that's success. I think you look at it as that, small wins, like I may have a kid over here that, man, this kid hadn't had perfect attendance for 5 straight days since he's been in school. So my goal is to get him to be an upstanding student, and understand why it's important to show up. And that's the first step to anything. You got to show up. Yeah. That's like the first box you got to check. Got to show up. Okay, so it's like, that may be a success.
Right. By
getting that kid from point A to point B. Everybody's point A to point B is different. Every program, every company, every business, every interaction, that point A to point B process may look different. So like success is how close can I get whatever from point A to point B, because if I can move that needle a little bit, that's success. Yeah. It goes back to what I said earlier, like leaving things better than they were when you found it. That would probably be the best definition I could give you of success. And if you do that, success.
Right.
Bless you, sir.
Yeah, I like the analogy of the 6-4 team versus the 10-0 team, because that is so true.
Yeah,
like, people do not think about that.
Oh yeah,
right,
100%.
Because they look at the record and say, okay, well, and don't get me wrong, I am a firm believer in you are who your record says you are. I do believe that, But there's so many examples of that, you know, where, man, that guy, they went 5-5 and they barely missed the playoffs. But, man, if you knew what that guy was dealing with, if you knew what that guy had in his arsenal to work with,
Right.
and he forked out 5 wins with that roster,
Right.
oh, man. Then you got this guy over here, you know, that's got all these Division I players, and, you know, like I said, it's relative.
It
you know what I
is.
mean? It depends.
100%
You know what I mean?
is.
I was about to go down a rabbit hole and call somebody out, but I ain't gonna do that.
There's gonna be plenty of time to call some people out here in a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
If you change your
100%.
mind, just let us know.
I got you. I got you.
All right. So kind of going away from football a little bit. If you weren't coaching football and playing, you know, at the higher level wasn't an option ever, what would you want to be doing?
So no football,
No football whatsoever.
man. Ooh-wee. I would probably be managing or running some entity, like some big. I'm intrigued by leadership. I'm intrigued by using my voice to help people. Like one of the gifts God gave me is the gift of articulation. Like I can talk all day, you know. And like, so for me, it's like, okay, God gave me that gift. What do I need to do with it? I don't know.
Right.
Like, so it's like, that's why I say I would probably be doing something like that. Fun fact, coming out of high school, I wanted to get into physical therapy. You know, I wanted to help athletes, you know, recover. And, you know, I was very intrigued by the human body. And but then when I went to college and realized how much science you got to take, I was like, yeah, I'm good. You know, but like that, I would probably say that, maybe in that realm.
Yeah.
Another fun fact, and I definitely wouldn't still be doing this, but like when I graduated in April of 2012, college, and before I got my first coaching and teaching job, I just needed to be able to pay the bills, and I needed a job. And this is gonna make you laugh. I was a manager at A&F, believe it or not. I was a manager at Abercrombie and Fitch. You believe that? You believe that?
No, I did
And
not
so, cause
know.
look, they yeah, me neither. Like,
Was the music loud? And
listen, it was awful. Like, listen, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. So, like, I had kind of talked to some guys, and I had did my internship at an elementary school out in Paulding County and did a really good job and made some good connections, but like there wasn't no jobs. You know, I didn't have a teacher. I could have went and coached, but I wasn't about to be a lay coach. Now, it was my fiance at the time. We didn't, you know, we lived in a townhouse in downtown Hiram, Georgia, and I needed to get a job. And so they were paying $30,000 a year, and you could be a manager, and you had to go through like a process to where you pretty much get your own store. And the only prerequisite was you had to have a bachelor's degree. It didn't matter what the degree was in. So, okay, I got a bachelor's degree in education. All right. So then I went and interviewed, whatever. I did that job for 1 month before I got my first coaching job, and then resigned. I put my 2 week in. I was like, this ain't me. Man, they make you shake. You know, so you can't, and y'all probably don't even notice this, but like, used to be back in that time, you know, it was very strict, like visual standards that Abercrombie and Fitch had. And you had, men couldn't have facial hair. And I've always had either a goatee, a beard, or something. Listen, when I tell you I had to shave like my beard, you had to wear their stuff. I don't own no A&F. That ain't even my style. And so I'm wearing, listen, I got, so you envision, I got a shaved face. I got the plaid shirt with the colored cargo shorts with the shirt half tucked in with the goofy belt.
You had it
and
on.
And I'm looking like,
He had that on.
He had it on.
And I'm like, what am I doing?
Please send me
I
a
look like
photo of this.
There's gotta be. There's gotta be.
Nah, ain't none. You will not find it.
No, we'll find it.
But man, I was a manager for a month, man, and I'm walking around with no facial hair, looking like a duck with his beak shot off. And I'm like, man, what am I doing? But I tell you, man, it was a way. It's a testimony. Like, you do what you gotta do, man, to pay the bills, and hey, man, I gotta work. And so I did that for a month before I got into it, and I knew, retail It's
No.
not for me.
But hey, listen,
Because the people you deal with is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
was there not a cooler place to be though, as a middle schooler our age?
Oh, yeah.
Than walking into an Abercrombie and Fitch. Man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Because they got the
Music blaring.
Which one did you work at? Oh, you said in
Town
Howard.
Center. Town
Okay,
Center.
yeah.
I was in Kennesaw.
Yeah.
So like
Okay.
that mall, Town Center Mall, you know, a young Umbrah Brown was managing the. And here's the other thing. Here, you know what in town, y'all been to Town Center.
Mm-hmm.
You got Abercrombie and Fitch, and you got Abercrombie and Fitch Kids. I was the manager of the kids store. So that's a fun fact that a lot of people don't know, that that's a 734 podcast exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Breaking
yeah,
news.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
actually were allowed to have a little bit of stubble at the adult store.
You probably right. You probably right. Crazy, man.
Oh
Crazy
my
times. But I would not be doing that if I wasn't coaching.
Yeah.
You know.
No Abercrombie.
No,
and Fitch.
no, that ain't for me.
So, what's a hobby or talent you have that nobody at school knows about? And now everybody at school knows how good of a golfer you are, but I mean,
Well, I'm not that great of a golfer. First off, I play twice a year. I play in our tournament and I play in our FCA tournament. And I have good guys around me. You know,
That's what makes a good team.
yeah,
my goal every year in the golf tournament when we do the Scrabble and at the FCA, I'm like, man, if we can use at least 4 of my strokes, that's a win.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know, because
Same here.
I'm a ooh-wee.
Hey, listen, success is relative, baby.
Yeah, you know, it's relative. That's it. That's it. But
Yeah.
that's another. We're diving into the good ones, man. That nobody
knows.
I mean, like your close friends can know, but like,
Yeah.
you know, just like in general.
I would say that I don't know, talent. I would say interests that are. I'm a music lover. You know what I
There you
mean?
go.
I have
Same,
a very, very extensive, wide catalog of music that I
Can we
listen
talk
to.
about it for a second?
Yeah, we sure can talk
Talk about it for a second.
We sure can. So I love music, and my wife does too. We love going to concerts. We love, we're music lovers, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then I listen to just about every genre of music outside. It's going, I'm not a heavy metal guy,
I'm not
and
either.
I'm not. It's gonna hurt some feelings. I'm not a country guy.
Yeah.
Not because of the content of the music, the melodies, and the tone. It's just not. It's not for my palate.
I'm
You
with
know what I
you.
mean?
I'm with you.
But there's some good soulful, like a Stapleton.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He's got
Come on.
some.
That's different.
Come
And
on.
like
He's got
that's
some
good
substance, don't
country
he?
music.
He's got some substance.
Stapleton's half black now. I'm telling you, because he got some soul in his music. But I'm not a big country guy, not a heavy metal guy. But outside of that, I'm wide open, man. I got a lot of interests.
Best concert you've been to?
Best concert I've ever been to was do y'all know CeeLo Green?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
CeeLo Green did a tribute concert to James Brown.
I bet that was awesome.
I bet it was.
Off the chain.
bet
My
it was.
wife got me tickets to that for my birthday one year, and he was at the Eastern in Atlanta, and we went. That's probably the best one I've ever been to.
Yeah.
She would probably say Usher. She
Yeah.
went to and she went without me. She went with some friends. But yeah, that would probably be it. But yeah, man, I'm a music lover,
Same,
man. I can
dude.
do a whole separate podcast just on music.
Maybe you can come back.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll do it.
Come on
I'm
back.
not-
So here's my question though. So you leave here, you get in your vehicle.
You know?
What song are you playing?
I don't
Like
yeah.
the first thing, or I guess you could say,
What
is your favorite? Like, what is your favorite song right now?
Oh, okay. So I listen to a lot of old music. You know what I'm saying? But right now, that's a good. I don't know that I have a favorite song currently. I like Don Toliver.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all know who that is.
Of course.
Yeah, he's got a new album out called Octane.
I hadn't
Yep.
listened to it. I saw that
It's
he
good.
came out with a new
Fire.
one. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I need to listen to it.
J. Cole's album.
Oh, yeah.
I'm currently
Oh,
listening,
yeah.
listening to that.
Forest Hills.
When that first song came on, is a James Taylor sample.
country, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
that got me fired
Well,
up.
because he tied it
immediately.
into the Carolina.
Yes, because he's
deal.
from
Right. So see,
Yeah.
like I'm the guy, and my buddy, like Coach Ector will tell you this, because Coach Ector used to ride with me in the car. I was the guy that had the CD booklet.
Yeah,
that
I remember those.
That had
Yeah.
the booklets that had the little the booklet that came with the CDs. I'd
Oh,
save
yeah.
those.
Oh, really?
And put them in the sleeve, and then I had my CDs, and so I love music, man.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, I would probably say those are the ones I'm listening to now. And then I'll throw some old, I may throw some old Anita Baker on. I may throw some old, James Brown. I may throw some Otis Redding on. And then I may get into my, me and Coach Ballou always joke because I'll tell him this is his music that he listens to. But like I may even throw on some old like 90s punk rock, like I'm not a huge fan of that, but like, that era of like, what is it?
like grunge and like
I don't even know what to call it, but like I just remember it's nostalgic for me because I was
Yeah,
a kid,
sure,
so it's
yeah.
like every now and then out there, but no, man, it's soul, R&B, rap, obviously, like, but I'm a music lover, man.
And we talk about
Same.
this too, like off the podcast, but it's like, I don't know. I completely forgot what I was about to say.
We talk about this on the podcast.
I was trying to find it. Yeah, I was trying to
All
find
right,
it.
hold on.
It'll come back to me.
All right.
The other thing I was gonna say, music lover. I'm a horror movie fanatic. That's
Really?
that's my favorite genre of
Really?
movie. I'm a horror junkie.
Favorite
And-
Conjuring.
Ooh, probably the first two.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
With
we
the
saw
nun.
the last one and it was okay, but it had a lot going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, love that. Love the grill. I love to cook and smoke meat and do that. And then athletically, I'm a huge boxing fan.
Really?
And that would
Really?
probably tie into my other talent. I used to box. That's something that people don't know.
Heck yeah, dude.
When I was in school, I stopped playing basketball in middle school. And so every year I'd play football, and then in the winter I would box. Up here at the Carroll County, Mr. Pete was our trainer, man. He's a legend, and he's in the Georgia Hall of Fame for what the Georgia Boxing Hall of Fame, whatever. But so I still every now and then, man, working out, I may, be feeling good. I may shadow box, you know what I mean? Because I love the science of it, So like, so yeah, that'd probably be it.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Well, I do want to not to monopolize anything here. I want to revisit the music thing
Yeah,
real quick.
come on.
Yeah.
So last week we talked about the presidents and everybody does their Mount Rushmore of NBA players or
Okay, I know where
whatever.
you're going.
All right, give me your rap artist Mount Rushmore.
Oh, I need some alone time with this one.
If you want to think about it and then come back on the pod,
No,
we can do that.
I'll shoot from the hip. Rap. I'm gonna go Nas.
100%.
Just the lyricism. I'm gonna go Tupac. The impact.
Yep.
Like he may not have been the best lyricist, but like the way going back to how he made you feel, like he had conviction in his raps. So what I say, Nas, Tupac. I'm gonna go, and this is just straight off the hip. Rap. I mean, I feel like with the success and what he's done, I mean, you got to throw Jay-Z in the mix. And then I'm gonna go with a duo. I'm gonna go Outkast.
Okay.
Just for what they meant to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that whole Dungeon Family label. There's so much good music. I used to tell people this: if you just gave me the Dungeon Family like discography, which includes the whole crew, and that's all I can listen to for the rest of my life, I'd be good.
Be good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I also, that's what it would be.
I mean, yeah, Andre 3000 alone, like some of the stuff that he's done is just
no
insane.
question. Ain't no
Yeah.
question, man. So,
Yeah.
but then like, I'm telling you, man, I probably listen to more soul, and like I grew up. My uncle used to always play Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah.
So I used to,
CC.
that meant just the soul and just the instrumentation and some of that stuff. I'm like, man, this stuff is jamming, man. Like, these white boys got some soul, man. You know, so like, I love
sure.
it, man. I love it, man. I got so many songs like on my, I'm a Tidal subscriber. I don't use Spotify, but like, I got so much music, man. And you never, like when I'm working, like when I'm at my desk, it's nothing for me to put on some music while I'm working.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm somewhat ADHD. So it's like I gotta have something going on, you know. So
doubt.
like, but man, a big music lover, man, huge. And I can tell you are too, because when I said music, it's like a twinkle in your eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So let
that's
me
my
ask
thing.
you the same question.
Okay.
First off, what's your favorite genre?
For me, it changes.
Okay.
That's a good question. All right, I'm not gonna lie. And you're not gonna relate to this, I'm sure.
Okay.
I love Grateful Dead. Grateful Dead is my all-time favorite band.
Okay.
So like the jam band, I guess
Yeah.
is probably my favorite. Went through a big phase where like I listened to exclusively rap for a long time.
Okay. So give me
I
your,
hate,
give
I
me
hate
yours.
what he's become. I hate what he's become. But like Kanye West,
Oh, for
he got
sure.
some insane. No,
Like
so,
Kanye and Drake almost made my list
yeah.
for what they've done.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. So if I had to do a Mount Rushmore, I'd go Nas too. That's to me a lock. And I
Right.
think like if you know, you know. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
That's
if
right.
you listen to
All the hip hop heads out there know who Nas is.
yes.
Yeah.
I would again I hate what he's become, but Kanye. I'd
Yep.
put Kanye on the list.
Okay. His first couple albums,
They're insane.
you
The-
cannot get any better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The college dropout like
Late
trilogy,
registration,
yeah,
all that.
that's,
Yeah.
those are insane. So Nas, Kanye, I'd throw.
Little Vanilla Ice.
I'd have to.
I'm just messing. Man.
Eminem and then
Yes.
yeah, no, I was kidding. but
No,
no, yes, but yeah, yeah.
Hey.
But I would also put Tupac on the list.
You know what? Eminem's a good one.
He is.
Yeah, he's one that should be up there.
Yeah.
Seriously.
He wouldn't make my top 5, but for impact, like what you were saying with
Right.
Jay-Z too.
Right.
He should.
Right.
But I'm not gonna put him on my list. I'm gonna say Nas, Kanye, Tupac, and Jay-Z.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good. So we had all of them the same except for one.
Yeah,
I
you said-
replaced
and-
Outkast with Kanye.
And now Outkast is their top tier.
Right.
100%.
Right. Ain't no
Especially-
doubt, man.
Yeah.
But I remember what I was going to say. What I was going to say is
came
that-
back to him.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? Because you mentioned nostalgia. Like a lot of music is very nostalgic for you. Isn't it crazy how you can hear a song and then it takes you back to like a very specific
Yes.
moment in time?
Yep. 100%, man. And
Like-
the older you get, there's like a study on this. Like the older you get, the more and more you start chasing nostalgic memories.
Yeah.
So like, and I'm kind of in that phase now. Like at our house, we may throw on like an old 90s movie. Just because it was like, man, I remember when this. I ain't watched this since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it on because it makes me feel nostalgic.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or hey, I'm gonna play this old music. They call music the universal language.
Yeah.
Like and it lasts forever. So like, music is a good outlet for nostalgia.
Yeah.
Everybody has that favorite album. Like that album you listen to. Like I tell our players all the time. Like I'll throw something on a playlist and. It may be something that they have no idea who it is, but I like it.
Yeah.
And then I may, get to feeling good. I'm like, man, y'all don't know about this because it's fulfilling that nostalgic feeling. You know what I mean? So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna edit my Mount Rushmore because I just thought of somebody. When you said nostalgic albums,
Okay.
because this guy has 2 for me.
Okay.
I know it is.
I'm gonna replace Jay-Z, and this could be a hot take, with Lil Wayne.
Oh, see,
Lil Wayne's on my
another
Mount
one.
Rushmore.
I don't think that's a hot take.
Carter 3 and Carter 4.
And his
for me,
mixtape run.
Yes.
Like all them
Sorry
freestyles.
for the wait and all
Yeah.
that. Yes.
The drought.
Yes.
Yeah. Wayne from like 06 to like 2000, maybe 9, 10, that 3 to 4 year run.
Unbelievable.
He was the hottest. He was.
I mean,
He was it, So Wayne, you got to respect Wayne.
Yeah.
man.
So I would,
Yeah.
and no disrespect to Jay-Z, but
Right.
yeah, Lil Wayne.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the last question before we get into some other stuff.
Okay.
What is something on your bucket list that has nothing to do with sports?
A lot of the bucket list stuff is travel related. You know, wanting to go see the Grand Canyon. I've never been. I'm sure. Have any of y'all been?
I've done this.
I've heard it's breathtaking in person.
It doesn't look real. In
what-
person,
it
it
looks
doesn't
fake.
look real.
Yeah.
It looks like a painting.
Yeah.
Right.
It's crazy.
So, I want to go to the Grand Canyon. I want to go to Vegas. You know, I've never been. You know, it's like just simple stuff.
Yeah.
I want to go to Africa. Like seriously, I do. Before I die, I want to visit the motherland.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, a lot of my bucket list stuff is travel. And then the only other one, and I don't know that I'll ever get a chance to do it, or will have the nerve to do it, or my wife will not let me do it, but I want to skydive.
You got
and
it.
I want to skydive. I want to just me.
You gotta
I
do
know
some training for that.
You have
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
You have to have so many.
Really?
You have to have
Yep.
so many jumps with like a tandem.
Wow.
Yeah.
Before you can even like legally do that.
I did
And
not
so
know that.
you have to do. I don't even know what the number is.
It's a lot. It's a lot
It's
of
like
jumps.
20 something jumps, and it's like, well, I'm not gonna do that because I don't know. Hey man, I don't want my life to be dependent on some other dude with some straps.
Right.
You know, he may have had a bad week. You know what? I'm about to end this thing for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
And
know.
you're coming with me. Yeah.
And you're coming with me.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'd rather do that. I'd rather pull that myself. But
yeah.
I would say that. Yeah, a lot of the bucket list stuff is travel stuff, but like the thrill seeking stuff is the skydiving. I want to do that. You said not sports related, right?
Right.
It can be sports related.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, you know, win a state championship in my
Sure.
alma
Yeah.
mater, you know,
Yeah,
is
that-
one. But I'll keep it non-sports. I'm trying to dig for another one. I'm not a big bucket list guy.
See, neither am I feel like.
Yeah, I want to see the world.
Yeah, that's me.
Because
That's
the
me.
world is so phenomenal, and what you'll learn is there's a whole different world out there on the other side of the planet.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
live a completely different life than we live here in America. You know.
Yeah.
And I want to go see that. Like I want, wow. You know, like to me, I'm fascinated by stuff like that. So that would probably be the main thing
Yeah.
on my bucket list, just some travel stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, the interrogation is over.
There you go. Joyful interrogation.
So
I love
we
it.
got
sir.
we got some fun.
I'm
Stuff
excited.
lined up.
I'm excited about
Okay.
this one right here.
Ready for a little keep four, cut four?
Cut four. Was it keep four, cut four?
So
Keep
there's
four,
gonna
cut
be
Start
Okay.
for cut for either.
8 names, and you don't know who's coming next,
Okay.
and you have to, are you keeping them or are you cutting them?
Okay.
I'm gonna throw you a little layup right here, right off the bat. First one is Jonas Walton.
I'm keeping.
I was about to say, imagine he cuts him.
First pick.
Yeah, I'm
Cut.
keeping Jonas,
Cut.
man, just because of what he just checks too many boxes, man. He's so darn consistent. I watched the interview on him. You know, he's gonna be back in a couple weeks. I haven't talked to the guys, but like he's doing good, and I heard him do an interview. You know, and I tell you, man, he's just so. Yeah, Jonas.
Yeah.
He was on the podcast.
Yes.
And I had like kind of spoke to him in passing, but
Right.
he's so well spoken.
I hadn't met him ever. That was the first time.
That's what a
and
lot of
only
people
time.
compliment him on is his
Yes.
ability to articulate himself. And
Yes.
very smart, very,
Yes.
very almost nerdy.
Yeah.
But Jonas is a great kid, so
Yeah.
I can't cut him.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Walter Crowder.
So I heard so many stories about him, man, growing up because he played with my dad. How many of these do we have? So it's 4.
You get to keep 4.
You get to keep
and
4, you
have
get to
to
cut.
So you're about to give me 8 names.
8
Yep.
names. You got to keep 4, cut
And now
4.
this is
And cut 4.
This is for my football team.
this is
This is Central
Yes.
football legends.
Legends, yeah.
Oh, then I'm keeping him because he's So you just named 2 of Central's 3 Super 11 guys.
Yes.
So the Super 11 guys, you can go ahead and mark it down. I'm keeping them.
Yep. Yep.
There
So
you
if
go.
Dennis Wallace is on the list, keep.
There's
You know what I mean?
There's some good ones on this
Now,
list.
keep
Right.
in mind, of Central legends.
Trust me, I know.
Junior, Jr.
JR. You put me in a tough spot, man. Because JR, I'm still currently working with Deuce. I call him
JR,
Deuce.
you going, my brother?
You're on second team.
No.
But you know what? For what that kid, he's been a huge part of the surge that we've had of flipping this program on its head.
Yes.
And actually changing the narrative around Central football. Him and Jonas have been like the lead guys. So like from a it would be immoral for me to cut JR just for what he's done for our program so far and what he's gonna continue to do.
Yeah.
Dang, it's tough.
There's
man.
a lot of good ones on this list.
I'm keeping him.
All right.
And
I'm keeping
I
him.
respect that.
I respect
I'm
that.
keeping Deuce, man.
Hey, shout out to him. He's been on
Yeah,
the
So that's
Shout out to him.
that's three, right?
That's
Like
three.
Jonas, Walt. That's four.
No, you
Jonas.
got
three.
well,
You got Jonas, Crowder, and JR.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, that's three.
Next one's Vicari.
I'd cut. And the only reason I say that because I didn't coach him, and I'm assuming that the guys you about to name some dudes. Vicari though is one of the more freakish athletes that has come through Central ever. Like the clips I seen of that kid before we came, I was rubbing my hands like, man, it would have been fun to coach him. You know, and he's doing a great job at South Carolina.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, we're so proud of him, man. But I'm gonna cut just because I don't want to go ahead and get four now. These next, however many, I don't.
It's the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, he's just a casualty of war.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Next one is Shane Bruce.
So Shane and Miguel are like really close friends.
That's right. I forget they're the same age.
And I got, it's funny. I actually text Shane last week. He's gonna come and speak at our men series that we're doing with our guys in April as he prepares for the draft. Believe it or not. Shane's a good dude, man. I went on a beach trip with Shane because again, he was buddies with Miguel, and so Shane came with we went on a family trip. So Shane spent some time with our family, man. So Shane's like family almost. That's God, boy, y'all are brutal. I'm gonna cut though, but just because of what I feel like is coming down the pipe.
There you go. There you go. Now
but
you're playing
Hey,
the
we
game.
need to
Yeah.
get Shane on here.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in town in April.
I need to text him.
Yeah,
Or
me
message
too.
him on Instagram.
There we go.
Now,
'Cause he's about y'all's age, I would think.
Yeah,
He
he's a
was a
little younger than us.
freshman. He was a freshman when I was a senior, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because him and Miguel on the same
Yeah,
age.
yeah.
So our next one is now this dude is nasty. I'm pretty sure he played Mike linebacker. He was on the. Now I'm pretty sure he's also on the either 86 or 87. I don't know if he was on both. But your next one's Chris Edwards.
Chris
Talking about
Edwards.
that nasty
Shout
football
out,
player.
shout out Chris Edwards, man.
Yeah, man. I heard some stories about, Kelly tells me stuff about Chris. God, see, I didn't see him play. I've only heard, so
Can I see that?
cut.
Cut.
Yeah. And some of that is just sheer ignorance. Like I've heard, how good Chris was, and he was a leader of a lot of those really good teams. But yeah, I'm gonna cut.
Next one. Chuck Ector.
Oh man. 33, baby. 33. Chuck, man. Golly. I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one. I can't cut my dog, man. That's my road dog, man. Me and Chuck. That's my brother, man. Like we've seen each other go through every phase of life, and Chuck is nobody cares about just people in general more than Coach Ector, man. Like Chuck he's always had a charismatic personality, and people just cling to him, and he makes everybody in the room feel bigger than what they really are. You know what I'm saying? He has that personality about him, and so like, but if we talking football, and he was better than me. Like Chuck went to Albany State out of college, out of high school, played linebacker. He was the one guy on our team, our senior year, that actually looked the part. Because I was undersized receiver DB. Chuck looked the part, and he played the part until he got hurt our senior year. Ah, man. gonna keep just for bias purposes.
Yeah.
I'm biased. It is what it is. That's my dog.
Hey, this is your list.
It's my dog.
This is your list.
But it's gonna make the last one very tough.
Yeah, and that's why I've been trying to like save. Put an asterisk on that one. You got to put an asterisk on Chuck. That ain't fair. That's like you know.
Hey, he put this list
Yeah,
together.
that's
In full attention.
Hey, that's tough.
You did a good job.
And I did this in full intention to leave for this one. Coach Birchfield.
Nah, come on. I mean, every building in Central is named after Coach Birchfield. I mean, and look, Birchfield is the legend.
Yep.
So, you know, yeah. That we not. Yeah, come on now. I can't. You put me in a tough spot. Right
I'm
there.
sorry.
I'm either gonna have to give up my friend or
Look,
give
hey,
up the legend himself.
Look, you kept 4, and then you can keep him to coach the 4.
Yeah,
There
that's
you
true.
go.
There we
There
go.
you go.
There's
There
your
you
loophole
go.
right there.
There
He's
you
the
go.
coach.
That's the logic right there. That's
All
a good
right.
list, man.
Yeah, it is.
And there's about 10 other guys, you know what I'm saying, that you can put on there. Man, Central's got a phenomenal lineage of guys, man, talent, coaches, players, like, yeah, man. So I can just hope to inspire to leave a small little dent in that lineage. You know what I'm saying? So, because I grew up hearing about all those guys. I know
Right.
you did too, and your dad coached some of these guys. And
He's part of
so,
it. 86, 87.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, that's good. I like that.
All right, so the next
list.
segment that we have on here is Fast Money.
Okay.
You ever seen,
Yep.
Family Feud, all that good stuff?
Yep.
So we do Fast Money a lot, and Jonas had the record by
For a long
by a
time.
landslide for a long time
Okay.
until
That man right there.
didn't Duffy beat it?
Yeah, he
Came
did.
in just scoped him
It
out.
was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Now, granted, I had way more opportunities to play than he did.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like I've played probably
Yeah.
5 times. He got
He
to
had,
play
what,
once.
150 something?
I think Jonas had
55.
His was like
154 or something like that.
He
Something
got like
crazy.
157. or
Something crazy.
Yeah.
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 But
Wow.
so you're gonna have a minute on the clock.
Okay.
I got 5 questions for you right here. And some of them have, 5 things that are on the list that you get points for. Some of them have 4,
Okay.
I don't really
Is this
think,
out of like 100 people? Like they
yeah,
did?
like
Okay.
like we asked 100 people XYZ.
Yeah.
Right? So
Okay.
so but I always ask people, like, do you want to shoot for 100 points or do you want to shoot for 125?
I mean, I'm gonna go for the gusto.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Swing for the fence,
All right,
man.
That's right.
Here we go. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. So the timer's going to start after I finish reading the first question.
Okay.
All right. So your first one is name a household appliance that makes a lot of noise.
Vacuum.
All right. Name a kind of meat that people like to put on pizza.
Pepperoni.
Name a kind of person who might wear a mask.
Doctor.
Name something people have, but they are embarrassed about how it looks.
Good.
And your last one. Name something Superman's wife might tell him not to do in the house.
Laser beam eyes.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's it.
Dang, and you killed it with plenty
Yeah.
of time to spare.
The gut one is that nobody else is gonna say that. That's a unique. I shouldn't have said that.
You have 25 seconds to revisit.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna revisit that one. Say it again. What was the question? It
All
was,
right. The question is, name something people have, but they are embarrassed about how it looks.
That's a good one, man.
10 seconds.
I'm gonna say like a raggedy car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking
All
too.
right. Well
Yeah.
done. Well done. There you go.
There we go.
Hey, there we go.
All right.
That one was tough. That kind of stuck me there a little bit.
All right. So we got a calculator over there.
I got you.
All right. Here we
I
go.
got the score.
So for the first question, name a household appliance that makes a lot of noise. You said vacuum cleaner. That's the number 1 answer for 27 points.
Okay, he's coming for the record so far.
Yep. Number 2, name a kind of meat that people like to put on pizza. You said pepperoni. That was number 1 answer.
Okay.
Sausage was number 2 with
I started
24
to
points.
say that, but
Yep.
I didn't.
So pepperoni got you 36 points right there. Vacuum
mu-
cleaner got you 27.
Was ham on that list?
No, it was pepperoni, sausage, bacon, and meatballs are on here.
What?
Listen, look. So listen,
Who eats? What maniac is eating meatballs on their pizza?
Hey, they might be on to something though. But I get all these questions from this right here,
Okay.
from the Family Feud official.
Okay.
But I swear some of these questions were made in like the 70s.
Right.
Like
Right.
they're very outdated.
Right.
But even in the 70s, I don't think people were putting meatballs on pizza.
Right.
100% not.
All right, your third question. Name a kind of person who might wear a mask. I was thinking about this question while I was creating this list, and I was like, I mean, yeah, doctor makes sense to be the number one answer,
Yeah.
but I
Was
don't
it
even
burglar?
know. I don't even know if I would have thought about doctor, but that
wouldn't
was
either.
the number one answer for 40 points.
Wow.
Okay.
40 points.
Nice.
Wow.
Number 4, name something people have, but they're embarrassed about how it looks. The number one answer was hair for 26 points. The number 2 answer was car for
Okay.
25 points.
Okay.
And then the last one was name something Superman's wife might tell him not to do in the house. Answer number 1, or the number 1 answer was fly, and that was 46. So that would have
Yeah,
been
would've been a
nice
good
to
one.
have. But you got number 2. You said laser vision. I'll give you X-ray vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you X-ray vision for 22 points.
But you know what though? Flying in the house.
Flying ain't gonna make.
It's not that bad,
You're
like-
gonna have to rebuild your house.
You can
if
burn
he
the
does
house
that.
down.
Yeah.
Like-
that was my
He
thinking.
ain't gonna hurt nothing. He just levitates for a second.
Right. No
You know.
doubt.
In
That
your
was a-
best game show voice. You killed it, by the way.
There you go.
You absolutely killed it.
All right.
All right, here we go. Coach Brown's points are 150.
Nice.
Wow.
150
Nice.
points.
So you
Wow.
are now second on
You're
the You
second.
beat Jonas.
Hey,
So,
you know
I mean, now
what?
you have
That's
bragging
gonna be the
rights.
first thing I tell him when I see him.
And he'll know what you're talking about.
Ain't no
He'll
doubt.
know exactly
What was
you're
his
talking
score?
about. It was like 148.
Yeah,
Was it?
yeah,
It was like
148.
148.
Yeah.
Yours
Or
was the
146 or
155.
something like that.
Well,
Yeah.
you hear that, Jonas?
150.
150.
That's it. That's it. My dog.
Yep.
That was good. I like that.
That's on. Yeah.
I always wondered how I would do
On the show?
with the live audience.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
I
on the
bet it would be
spot.
different.
It would be
It would be
different.
different.
Yeah. Because you see people get up there and it's like, all right.
And they say the dumbest stuff.
yeah, because they're nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, then you get the y'all seen the Stephon Diggs one, right? Y'all seen that one?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it, but like,
yeah.
but yeah,
We've
I mean,
seen
it's
it.
like,
We've seen it. Yeah.
Or the Snoop Dogg one.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
When he goes
I
like
was like-
pot and he goes horse or something like
Oh
that.
God. the funniest thing is when the second family member comes out, and Steve is like, "Well, your cousin, you know, he got 10 points," and it's just like, "Oh man," you know, it's
Oh, my
always
gosh.
tough.
Yep.
Yeah,
Aren't you going to be?
So it was funny.
that
is-
would be a bucket list thing.
Well, so my cousin
Yeah.
was actually going through the process of getting on. She somehow got an interview spot, and she was like,
Right.
"If we make it on, would you want to go?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah," but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Because don't they film in Atlanta?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah,
True
Wow.
Studios.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know what the update on that is,
Right.
but I'll keep y'all posted.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know whenever that one airs.
Yeah, well,
Actually,
I'm
we
not
should
going to
just- we
tell
should just
y'all.
go.
I'm not gonna
It's gonna
tell-
be on
yeah,
TV.
yeah, I'm not going to tell y'all that I went. This is going to be like, hey, yeah, it's going to be on TV tonight.
The
Right.
Duffies.
Yeah.
The
Right.
Duffies
Yeah.
versus whoever.
Oh yeah.
Versus
versus the
somebody that's
world.
going to lose.
Yeah.
Fair.
Now, what did you get? What was your score?
It was like we should have written it down. It was like
155.
155 or something like that.
you
got
got something crazy.
Like 4.
It was at
number one
least
answers.
150, so maybe we're tied for first.
Yeah. Yeah. That's hard, man.
It is. And it's funny because you talking about in front of a live audience, you probably get so nervous.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone is always finished with 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I feel
those
like-
people.
Yeah, I feel like you're either gonna be nervous and not answer, or you're gonna fly.
And say something stupid.
Yeah. You're gonna just I just gotta get something out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of times on the actual show, the second person, they'll say an answer that
And the
their other
first-
family member already
Yeah.
said,
Already
and
said.
so they can't, they can't go with that
That's
one.
true. That's
Yeah.
that's tough.
Right.
That's tough.
But still, even the first person to go usually is pushing for time.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but that's all we got on the script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's awesome, man.
Dude,
What a great podcast.
Dude,
Hey,
this might be
number
one of the most fun podcast episodes
great
we've
time.
recorded. This has been fun.
I got a whole nother hour in me, man. Y'all,
Hey, that's right.
y'all are fun to talk
Look,
to, man.
hey, I'm not gonna lie, man. If you want to come back on and we can
Yeah.
talk
Please.
about
Yeah.
music and whatever, man, I'd love that.
Shoot, yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
Shout out to all the
Honorary
music.
host.
That man don't have time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be tough. But I tell you, man, I appreciate it, man, and y'all.
We appreciate you
This is cool
for
that
coming
y'all
on.
are doing that. You know what I mean? Like this is awesome.
Yes, sir.
Like part of this thing is like doing things you enjoy with people you enjoy doing it with.
Yes.
Yep.
And clearly, like
Oh,
y'all
yeah.
enjoy spending time and doing this. And,
No doubt.
And then who knows? Whoever's watching may get a kick out of it.
That's
you know?
right,
Like
yeah.
it's fun, man. It's good.
That's
And
our hope.
This is the world of content creating.
Yeah.
You know, so like,
Yeah.
man, definitely appreciate y'all
Hey,
inviting me
appreciate
on,
you, man.
Hey, can you hit the camera with the Ghost Energy? Can you please sponsor us real quick?
Ghosts, listen. Listen, these dudes are in the trenches, man.
We are.
Yeah.
Like, every day.
Bad.
And they've spent their own hard-earned money, you know, and I think it's time
Yes.
for,
I agree.
you know, a little bit of love, and
Yeah.
we'll take it however we can get it, you know, even if it's just a shout-out.
A
you know.
t-shirt. Hey.
Something, man. These guys, like, I
Yeah.
almost couldn't get in the room today walking over ghost cans. So, like, these dudes, man, have invested and clearly love ghosts. So, I'm an Alani guy.
I see, and I
Really?
like Alani too.
Yeah.
I'm an
Yeah.
Alani guy,
I like it too.
specifically the cherry slush.
That's a good one.
That's my favorite
That's
one.
a
Best
good one.
one.
It's
My
so
man,
good,
my
dude.
man.
It's
Yeah, that's
so
it.
good.
Yeah.
What's
That-
the one? It kind of tastes like a cherry Coke. Is it like cherry bomb or something like that?
So I don't like that one. I don't like
you don't like that one? See, that's my favorite one
See, I don't
because
like
it's
that
not. It's not as sweet as the other one.
I've had that one. I don't.
Yeah.
I like my the top two energy drinks is the cherry slush Alani and the white Monster.
Come on.
Now, White Monster is legendary.
Hey,
Yeah.
before we
Yeah.
go, should we do an energy drink Mount Rushmore really quick?
Well, that's two of mine right
Let's
there.
do it. Let's do it. All right. What you got? You got two more?
I'm gonna say you got. I'm not a fan of this one, but it's the first one I ever had, and it's just the OG, and you got to respect just the classic Red Bull.
I love
Yeah.
Red
I mean
Bull.
that's
Yeah.
like the Red Bull was the first energy drink I remember.
Yep.
So I'm gonna put that on there with the two I just said, and I'll probably go. That's a what's I'm gonna throw a curveball at you. The Rain
Come on.
white gummy.
Is that not my freaking favorite? That is my all-time. That's my all-time.
Good
white
is that,
gummy.
dude?
It is my
Yes.
all-time favorite
That's a good
energy
one.
drink, dude.
That was a sleeper.
It's a good
You
one.
got to be an energy drink connoisseur.
Yeah,
to know about
yeah.
the white
Rain,
gummy.
the Rain's got 300.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah,
else
yeah.
got
Yeah.
200. So
Yeah, the
Dude.
Rain has the BCAAs in it too.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
but yeah, the white gummy, man.
It's
That's
so good,
Yeah,
dude.
ball
It's-
nowhere.
Yeah, he's balling over
Ball
for
nowhere
sure.
right here.
Have you had the rainbow sherbet one?
That's a good one.
Those are good
That's
too.
a good one too. I started to say that, but I was like,
It's not as good as the white gummy worm, but it's still like
Right.
it's.
That's a
yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
I can those three because the Red Bull. I'm not a Red Bull guy, but just that was the first one I ever
Yeah.
had,
Mhm.
so I had to put the Red Bull on there.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
OG.
I like
Yeah.
Red Bull.
yeah.
Red Bull for you.
But those three, that's it.
Yeah.
Bottom
Yeah.
worst.
Worst.
Ones you had and you cracked it
All
open,
right.
and that first sip,
All
you're
right.
like,
I got you
I'm
right
not
here.
gonna
I got
like
you
this
right
one.
here.
Like,
Just
you
the
couldn't even
regular,
finish it.
the regular Monster, the
Yeah.
green one.
It's
not
overrated.
good.
It's overrated.
It's not good at all.
Yeah, if you see somebody with the black can with the green M,
They're about that life.
they're unstable.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're unstable.
There's holes in their walls.
Ain't no
at
They
question.
home, in the
probably
drywall.
have. They probably
Yeah.
have the tattoo of the logo somewhere on their
That's
body.
right.
Yes.
That's right. That's
100%.
right.
Dude, there was one.
the regular Red. I say that. It's like the regular Red Bull ain't great, but it's like, but
See,
it's
I
like
like that.
classic.
That's a hot
Yeah.
take. I do
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it.
But okay, so here's mine. I'm throwing black coffee on there. Does that count? Does that count? As
I'm
an
a black
energy
coffee
drink?
guy. I'm a black coffee guy.
See, that's in the coffee category. Like, how do you drink your coffee? But it could be like I'm not a coffee drinker,
Yeah.
but the people that I know that love coffee, they like it straight black.
Yep.
Same.
Well,
Yep.
Yep.
hey, leave it in the comments.
So, okay,
Is
this-
black coffee allowed on my energy drink list?
Right,
but
right.
I'm putting it on there for the sake of the argument.
Right.
Okay, this is so. I went one time. I was at the gym and they didn't have anything. Like they
Right.
were completely out. And the only thing they had left, I had to look it up. Remember what it's called? It's called Gorilla Mind.
Yep.
Not good.
Right. right.
Did not
Well,
taste
you had
good.
to kinda
I mean, it
know.
worked. Like it's an energy drink, but like it
Yeah.
did not
Yeah.
taste good.
Yeah. I haven't had that, but I've seen it.
It's
Yeah.
not good. It's
Okay,
not
so
worth trying.
I
Stay away
appreciate-
from it.
I appreciate it.
Bad.
But look, I'm going black coffee. I'm going sugar-free Red Bull because to me that one tastes better.
Okay.
than OG
Yes.
Red Bull.
Yeah, it does. Yep.
So I'm going black coffee, sugar-free Red Bull, blue raspberry Ghost, Sour Patch Kid, or blue raz, whatever. And then you know what? I'm going 2 Ghosts on there for the love of the game. I'm going America Pop.
Oh yeah, that's number 1 for me.
America Pop Ghost.
You gotta try that one.
Come on.
I mean, the ghost wise, and Coach Horsley would be a good one because Coach Horsley likes the ghost. He likes the ghost drinks, even though I don't think he drinks them anymore. But see, I'm the what is it? The limeade, the cherry limeade. Like that's my favorite.
That's
ghost.
an underrated.
That's a good one.
That's my
That
favorite.
is an
ghost.
underrated
yeah.
Ghost.
And then the pop one. That
The
was
America
good.
Pop one?
America
Yeah.
Pop
Red, white, and blue?
was good.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that darn cherry slush and lime.
It is good.
It's
different.
that one.
Yeah.
That's my all-time favorite one
Yeah.
right there.
I'm going white gummy worm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rain. Give me America Pop, Red Bull because I like Red Bull. I know it's a hot take.
Okay.
And then the cherry slush.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Thinking back on it, if I had to take out America Pop for the sake of not having 2 Ghosts on there, I'm putting the blue raspberry C4 on there.
Dude,
See, I'm not a C4
I'm not a
guy.
C4.
Really?
But I've had it, but I don't.
Dude.
I've only had it maybe 1 or 2 times, and I don't remember
Yeah.
because I just go to my go-tos.
To me, I'm not gonna drink a even like the energy drink version of the C4. I'm not gonna drink that like before work.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna drink that before a workout.
Dude, I'm
But
about to call my buddy Aaron, dude. We used to drink these energy drinks, and they were so good. I forgot
And
what
here's the thing about it: the energy drinks is like a vice
it is.
because we drank them knowing that we probably shouldn't.
yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like, golly, because I'm not a coffee guy. So, like, me and my wife, that's our coffee. Like, I'll have 1 in the morning.
Right.
That's what I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like, but I'll tell you another sleeper. This is a sleeper. I can't remember the brand. Y'all have seen them at the store, though. I'm gonna mess the brand up. Maybe it's Rise.
Yes.
never had one.
RYZE.
The ring pop.
Really?
I've never had that one.
Put it on your list.
Okay.
And on the can is the ring pop. It's the ring pop flavor.
You know
Try
what?
it out. Yeah,
I might get
Rise.
one of those tomorrow. That might be my Friday.
Now I
Let's
have
do
not
it.
had any of the other ones. So if you
Yeah,
try one, because
get
I think they
the-
got one that's like red Kool-Aid. I haven't had. It maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's got to be the ring pop.
Okay.
And then give me some. Let Posty know, and he'll give me
got
some
you.
feedback
I
on
got
that
you.
one.
All
Try
right.
that one out next time you
All
do
right.
it. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
There's another one that I was thinking of. Oh, thoughts on Celsius?
See, I'm not a. I know some guys that love them. They're okay. I'm not big on them.
Yeah.
That's just not my
I've
cup
had
of tea.
one my whole life, and I was not a fan.
Yeah, I'm
Which
not
one
big
do you
on
have?
them.
You know.
It was a cucumber.
Well, there you go.
not
You
cucumber,
got
not
you got
kiwi,
I
not
was about to
cucumber.
say, well, there you go.
Not
You got a
cucumber,
vegetable flavored
kiwi.
energy drink.
Kiwi,
but
kiwi is
But
what
no.
I
I'm not like there's some. It's like
Strawberry
sparkling
kiwi.
water. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just something about the Celsius. I'm not big on those.
I will
No.
say the Arctic Vibe Celsius is pretty good.
Okay,
It's pretty
another
good.
underrated one, and I don't drink them anymore. But Bang,
Oh, yeah.
Radical Skedaddle.
Hey, listen. Back
I know it
Okay.
sounds silly, but dude, it is very good.
I forgot about the bangs. The bangs
are good ones.
Look, I want my energy drink to be on borderline dangerous, and those were.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
You want to talk about a bad one though? They had a cola flavor.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Really?
Yeah, I
It
could-
was so bad.
Yeah, I could have guessed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good at all.
Yeah, man, that was fun, man.
Dude, thanks for coming on, man.
We really
we
appreciate
enjoyed
you
it.
coming on.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
We're
Anytime,
about to
man.
do a part 2 sometime soon before
Yeah.
football
Heck yeah.
There you
starts
go.
up.
Let me know, man. That'd
right.
be good, y'all. Come on with some burning questions.
Hey,
Oh,
we'll,
yeah.
we'll bring some good ones next
we got
time.
to get
Yeah.
Coach Ector up here too, man.
Oh, 100%.
Dude, we
He's on
can,
there.
hey, we can get him, both of y'all up here and
Heck
do
yeah.
a little,
Man, we
little
can tell
thing.
you some stories. Because
Yeah.
Coach Ector knows where the bodies are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you got to be careful what you ask when
Yeah.
he comes in the room. But nah, I joke, man. He'd be great. So
Yeah.
get him up here.
Let's do it.
We can
Let's do
talk
it.
NBA all-time lists and stuff.
Oh, he'd be able to go all the way in.
There we
man.
go.
Yeah.
Come on. Look, I got some
Yep.
hot takes on that one right there, man.
Yep.
You know what? Share your hot take about what you did
Dude,
last week.
look,
Go ahead and
okay.
share it to Coach Brown.
I don't. You probably ain't gonna like it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
But okay, I think that for me personally, and because I truly do believe that everybody has their own version of their all-time list.
Sure.
Now, I am a LeBron guy, and I do feel like there's two camps there.
Okay.
But I think I don't know where they're going to be on the list precisely, but I might have Steph Curry above Kobe. Thoughts on that?
And I told him I didn't think it was insane.
Yeah, I think it was insane.
No. I'm not gonna die on that hill. You know, I just think that
I would respond to that by saying, "You doing okay?"
no. And,
Like,
look,
when's the last time you went to the doctor? Like, when's your last checkup?
and you know what? I kind of expected that.
I mean, come on now, Kobe
No,
Bean.
okay. I know, but
Hey, look. I'm gonna tell you this: Steph is up there now. So it's not a wild take,
right.
but it's not. It's not a good.
It ain't right. Yeah. And look, I never.
But that's your opinion.
Hey, and
Hey,
look,
people get so bent out of shape out of other people's opinion.
Yeah,
Like,
and
that's you.
And I think the main thing for me is that, I mean, Steph and Magic are like the Michael LeBron of the point guard debate. I think.
Sure.
And so, for a lot of people, you got Steph, the greatest point guard of all time, and the greatest three-point shooter of all time
yeah, that's
by a
wild
landslide.
margin. Yeah.
So, like, to me, I think when I put it in terms of that, it's like,
Yeah, all things combined. No,
so I'm not going to sit here and argue that I'm right, and anybody else that thinks otherwise is wrong. I just think, for me personally, that's what I got.
There's not many I would put over Steph, but Kobe would be one of
Yeah.
them. So yeah, it's not a bad take. You know, I mean, I'm giving you a hard time.
No.
But Kobe, because I'm a Laker fan.
There you go.
Okay.
And so I'm a Kobe guy. You know what I'm saying? So like what Kobe meant for me, like I got stuff of Kobe in my man cave. Like Kobe,
Sure, yeah.
Kobe, yeah, and him, and then I don't really get into. I try not to get into the LeBron Jordan debate because I love them both. I grew up in the '90s.
No,
and so
and
like
I
I
do
knew
too.
what Jordan did and what he meant.
Yeah.
And going back to that nostalgia.
Yeah.
You know, like Jordan was pre-social media,
Yeah.
and the impact, like Jordan, I mean, you know,
And-
you see the Jumpman logo, you already know
Sure.
what's up, you know, so like, but then LeBron's resume in terms of what he's accomplished and the longevity, I mean, you can't argue.
Yeah.
You can't argue.
And that's
You
where
know,
I'm
so,
at.
like,
That's where I'm at. Exactly.
I definitely don't. I mean, there are 100% cases to be made on both
Ain't no
sides.
doubt. It's a personal preference thing.
But
Yeah.
I kind of describe it like, for me, let's say, to put it in like a golf pretense.
Okay.
Let's say Scotty Scheffler continues on this tear that he's on, and
You think he's gonna catch Tiger?
and he ends up with 20 plus majors.
Yeah.
He's got the career Grand Slam. Like, you know, everything that you can have, like, you know, resume wise, he's the best.
Yeah.
He has the best resume, right? He won't be better than Tiger to me.
Because of what Tiger,
Right.
what he meant to you.
So for the
Yeah.
so for
Yeah.
the people who put Michael above LeBron for that reason, I 100%
Sure.
get that. But
and
Yeah.
it's your bias to your era.
right.
Yes.
You know, so like
Yeah.
these our players, a lot of times we talk about them like, you want to talk LeBron, you get Jace Walton up here now, and he will go for that. He is
Yeah.
he is a LeBron stan. You know, so like, and it makes sense because that's who he grew up seeing. He didn't see Jordan.
I mean, I was
Or Kobe, really.
I was building forts in
Yeah.
in my bedroom as a kid with a little box TV, and I'm watching LeBron play for the Cavs.
That's right.
And that's you know,
That's
so
right.
that
Yeah,
you know,
LeBron. Yeah, and then what LeBron did off the court, like how he represents himself and the family man. Like you can't.
That's
golf
true.
wise, I'm not a big. So I don't. Tiger was the only golfer that I can say that I enjoyed watching. Now I'm not a big. Now keep in mind, I'm not a big golf.
yeah.
I do play, but like I'm not a big golf watcher.
Right.
Does that make sense?
No, there's definitely bigger golf watchers than me. For
No
sure.
doubt, no
yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
But I'll say like the Scheffler guy, he's killing it right now.
He's nasty.
I was glad to see Rory win him a Masters
I was
last year.
too.
That was long
I'm not gonna
overdue.
lie.
That was long overdue.
Dude, watching him break down on the 18th green,
Got a little
it
emotional.
brought a tear to my eye, dude. And I'm not even that big of a Rory fan.
Well, because you know what he's went through to
Yeah. Oh
my
get that.
gosh.
All that adversity.
And so I was glad to see that. But yeah, golfers, I couldn't give you I guess I could give you a Mount Rushmore because I'm familiar with a lot of golfers, but like I'm not a big, like it's
Yeah.
Tiger,
Jack Nicklaus.
Shooter McGavin.
Come on.
At the
Yeah.
top,
I mean, you got to put him up there.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But then I don't know, man. Phil,
Yeah.
he's got something to say about
Hey.
this now.
Yeah.
And then Jack and
all those legends.
The legends.
Yeah.
Who else? Golfer. I used to be a VJ Singh fan.
Dude, look.
He had a little small
I
run.
tell
He
you
wasn't
what,
great,
he won
but
Masters.
No. The only thing that kept VJ Singh from winning a whole bunch more times is Tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
VJ
Charles
Singh
Barkley
is
and Jordan.
VJ
Yeah.
Singh is nasty.
Sure.
Yeah. That dude's a ball striker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, good deal, man.
Postel.
Hey, like I said, you got to come back on sometimes.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Y'all let me know, man.
100%.
Yep.
Enjoyed it.
Thank you for coming on
Appreciate it.
again.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Anytime.
So wherever or whenever you're watching this podcast, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And as always, do good, be good, and go have a great rest of your day.
See you, people.
See ya.
See ya.